And welcome once again, everybody, to another Nothing Like a Good Book. And in this particular episode, we've got a beauty. We're discovering the inspiring journey of a Dr. Judy Gao. And the book is called Dreams Across Continents. All right, so there's travel in there. My word, there is. It's the compelling memoir of Dr. Judy Gao, a woman whose life story is a testament to resilience, courage, and hope. And it's an inspiring true story. It took me on a journey from the tumultuous times of the Cultural Revolution in China to the challenges and triumphs of building a new life in America. So welcome, Dr. Judy Gao. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity and a wonderful introduction.
Oh, you're welcome. The book is amazing. We've got a lot to cover. You've got some terrific accolades, critiques, and so on. But let's talk about Dreams Across Continents. It chronicles your extraordinary life. I mean, you were born in China during a period of significant cultural and political upheaval, with your early years marked by the struggles of growing up during the Cultural Revolution. And Judy, despite the hardships, you pursued your dream of becoming a doctor, navigating love, heartbreak, and the rigorous demands of medical school. How on earth did you get through all of that?
Oh, that's a very good question. I always want to taste my life, hardship, overcome, and success. So during the Cultural Revolution, the life is really hard. We have no school and no hope. However, that gave me the strength, determination, and now come to U.S. to achieve the dream, become doctor.
Well, your father, a general, in fact, for Mao Zedong, played a significant role in your early life, and this adds a unique historical perspective to your story overall. But through sheer determination, as you say, and unwavering hope, Judy Gao taught herself English in China and then immigrated to America. Wouldn't that be great if more immigrants tried to do that before they immigrated, quite frankly? You faced new challenges, including language barriers, cultural differences, and financial struggles, but you never gave up on your dreams, and you balanced your roles as a daughter, a wife, mother, and doctor, ultimately finding your place in the world. So I guess the question would be, what inspired you to write Dreams Across Continents?
Well, thank you for all of the wonderful words. I think everybody should taste their life to see how do we overcome our hurdles, inspiring the young people, inspiring everybody who may encounter the hardship, then to how to determine to be success. That's why I read this book.
Yeah, you're sharing just how to do it, never give up type thing. A couple of critiques I'd like to tell you about: a powerful narrative of perseverance and triumph. Dr. Gao's story is a beacon of hope for anyone facing insurmountable odds. And that's Grady Harp, Amazon Top 100 Hall of Fame reviewer. And Flying Books review was good too, an inspiring memoir that beautifully captures the essence of personal growth and cultural experiences. And I got to tell you, John Kelly's too, folks, is a heartfelt and moving account of one woman's journey to achieve the impossible. That's why you should read the book. Judy,
Sure.
You've got these accolades because you've done a darn good job, and the book is great. And you've earned it. You've earned every bit of it. But can you share with my listeners a pivotal moment from your childhood during the Cultural Revolution that, shaped your future?
Well, I had a privileged life before the Cultural Revolution under my father's umbrella. After Cultural Revolution, the life is like hell, living in the hell. So I try to ask myself, also ask God, what is my future? Should I continue or should I give up? Then I know only is go ahead, determined to overcome all the hurdles.
Mm-hmm.
So when I want to become a doctor, I went to the hospital to become a nurse and the library technicians. I had a hardship in there. I was 16 years old. From there, I learned what is the world is. Then, fortunately, China has an open door to American.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote 100 letters to all the professors of the American.
Mm-hmm.
So finally, I was accepted as a PhD student in the NYU by Dr. Friedhoff.
All right.
Then another hardship coming because life was so different, language and living conditions.
Oh yeah.
But I got through them. I got all through them. Now I become an American doctor, neurologist.
Well, interesting and well done. Congrats to you on that. Wonderful success. But here's the deal. What year are we talking? Because you know how relations are today between US and China. And I'm originally Australian, of course. China's giving us some hell at the moment too. But at the end of the day, you were nice and early, weren't you? There was open arms in the US for Chinese students. In that era, America's, was open arms policy for Chinese students to come here.
Correct.
So how did your father's role as a general then for Mao Zedong influence your early life and inspirations, do you think?
My father is the general of the military. He's decisive, determined, and disciplined. He always have a leadership role. And in my family, he's the only male figures in my family.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave me a lot of encourage. He said, study to be success. And he actually saved the American Flying Tiger, two pilots, escort them to Hong Kong.
All right.
So I know he's encouraged me to go to American to achieve my dream.
Well, as John Kelly says from the Detroit Free Press, this book is an inspiration to anyone looking to move up life's ladder. I mean, over and over again, Dr. Gao, you've demonstrated, your dedication and fiery spirit to move ahead in life and overcome obstacles. And in fact, I want to ask you, Dr. Gao, what were some of the biggest challenges you faced when you first arrived in America, and how did you overcome them?
Wow, that is big changes. The lifestyles, number one. I have wonderful family. I have a 2-year-old daughter. I live in an apartment in China. Came to America. I only have $800 per month for the tuition.
Mm-hmm.
Then I live in a very bad conditions. I share apartment with 3 male Chinese students.
Oh.
My bedroom is like less than 100 square feet.
Yeah, that'd be right.
No windows. So that's the living condition. So I spend $150 for my rent, then $80 for my grocery. I save all $600 to save that for my daughter to go to the nursery school. then that is the language.
All right.
I did.
So three Chinese guys. But did they get you to do all the cooking or what?
No, I don't even want to mention. They are
they
want to take
150.
advantage.
You mentioned
They all
150
wanna
a
take
pop,
advantage
so
of
there's 4 of you. That's 420. That's 400 plus 2, 600. God, back in the day, $600. What could you get today for 600? Zero. Huh?
I know.
Dr. Gao, your memoir details your journey of becoming a doctor in both China and the United States. So what were the key differences in your experiences in medical school in these 2 countries?
Oh, I think medical school I went is not a traditional Chinese medicine school, it's a Western medical school. So curriculum are similar. Only difference is, which is I take advantage is, we have to learn traditional medicine in the Western medical school, which here U.S. not include this curriculum. So when I come here, become MD, I got a certificate of acupuncture.
Oh, okay.
So my practice include acupuncture and herb medicine, alternative medicine, and a lot of the states like California, when I have a license, a California license, they don't require me to get certified. They just say I can practice acupuncture. I said I'm comfortable. So that's an advantage.
Yeah, I was going to say you're multi-skilled. But, you know, I've had different authors and guests on this show. And going back, I think a couple of years ago now, I was talking to a specific doctor who was also from China, but he also knew, you know, Eastern medicine. And he truly believes that there is definitely a big win-win for those that can, if you can marry, you know, Eastern with Western medicine, sometimes I think you can have the perfect ball game. There's a lot to be said for Eastern medicine.
Yeah.
One of, according to Flying Books Review, they gave you 5 stars. One on this particular book. It's called Dreams Across Continents. Okay, and they say one of the most remarkable aspects of Dr. Gao's journey to America is her self-taught mastery of English. I mean, growing up during the Cultural Revolution in China, she faced immense obstacles, yet she persevered. And her father, as we've talked about, was a general in Mao Zedong's army, playing a significant role in her early life, providing a unique historical backdrop. Well, let me ask you this firstly. How did you balance your roles as a daughter, a wife, a mother, and a doctor? Because, I mean, that's not an easy role while pursuing your dreams.
Correct. That's very tough. And as a female, to be a mother and to be a wife, I think, yeah, there are some sacrifice. However, I tell myself I can do that. I will do my best. I will pour in the love to all of my family members and pour in the love to my patients.
Right. Well, I noticed there's been no talk of any husband here in the interview so far, but you're giving great lessons and vibes out there to other women, I think, that may be in a solo upbringing of a child situation. I gather this was the situation with your life. And again, you put your daughter out there first as well. Would I be right in asking you that?
Yeah. My daughter, when she was young, the first time I started with my residence is night flow. She's crying, "Mom, don't leave." I was crying too, but I know some sacrifice will bring some good things. In China, we always say, bitter first, then sweet come.
Okay, so you were married in China, and you had your daughter in China.
Correct.
And what was your husband doing? What was his career?
Oh, he some engineer for the pilot. Then he have to I offered him to join me in American, but he couldn't, and he gave up. So then I gave up. I married to my professor.
So you're telling me you were legally married in China, but what, he couldn't get a visa to come to the USA the same time as you?
Oh no, yeah, I have to come along. Then later on, I have to try so many times to get my daughter in.
Yes.
The American couldn't give the visa to my mama, to grandma. Then they couldn't get a visa. Finally, I got my daughter in, but he couldn't. Due to his career, his condition, he said he would rather just give up the family.
Oh, that's sad.
That's what we do. I know. It's very sad. So
very sad. That's all in the book too, right?
I know. Yeah, yes. I cried. So my sister said, you know, your arm have a wound. You either cut it off or either heal that.
Yeah, right.
So I said, yes.
We'll talk about determination, you know.
I know.
Dr. Gao, let me ask you this. What role did learning English, do you think, play in your journey? I mean, how did you manage to teach yourself the language in the first place?
Oh, to learn English, this is very hard because Chinese is huge difference from English.
Oh, yeah.
I remember my first words is a flag. When I was 13 years old, I learned myself a flag. So come here, it's not just to learn the vocabulary and the grammar. It's also the culture, language culture's difference.
Yes.
I wrote in my book, like if my patient call me, In China, we would say, what would you want? But here you have to say, how can I help you? What would you like? So in China, just what do you want? This or no?
Right.
It's so
right.
different. Yeah. So
yeah.
Then I learned a lot of the art to how to speak my patients. You say yes, good news and bad news, but we can dealing with that. And, so I had to learn all of this.
Right. Yeah. Hey, good morning. I've got some good news for you and some bad news. Which one would you like?
I know.
But it's amazing. I know what you mean in different cultures. In my travels too, it's the abbreviations and what the sentence actually means in a different way. I mean, you try it with Australian slang, you've got a real problem. But to be Chinese and to have to learn medicine as well, and then to be able to speak, to patients in the way you need to be able to do, it's a hell of a. I mean, this book, it should be in the library of every immigrant to America, quite frankly. I mean, it's a wonderful learning day. Every woman aspiring a career in medicine and as an entrepreneur, and every reader sensitive to the plights and successful benefits of immigrants from every country. It's a sore point at the moment here in the US. But Dr. Gao, you're a beacon of hope and light. Very, very impressive and an inspirational book titled Dreams Across Continents. And I think if people are going to read this book, I think you're going to get a lot out of it. Can you describe a moment when you felt like giving up? Well, we talked on the fact that you nearly gave up because you couldn't get hubby over from China to the USA, but you had a goal to be a doctor. You were driven. You had to think of the future and your child and down the track. That would have been possibly the hardest moment for you, right?
Correct. You're right.
And what about anything else? Your grandma, you're leaving your mom. You had to leave your mom too, didn't you?
Oh, that's so hard. And I don't want to even think about that. It's so hard. I miss her so much. But I finally moved her here.
Oh, goody. You got her over. You were allowed to bring your mother.
I finally moved her here. I got her green card. I have a nanny taking care of her. She has Parkinson's. That's why I want to be a neurologist.
Oh, of course. I see.
I love my mom. So, but so she passed away in my side, in my house. So I have a final days with her. And so, that's what I did. I couldn't move my father because he's military, but I did move my mother.
Your mother,
my mother gave me a big influence.
Yeah, mothers
always
do.
Taught me. Yeah,
marvelous, and you would have learned a lot. Here you are caring for a person direct with Parkinson's, and you'd feel pretty close to that disease with any of your patients, wouldn't you?
Correct.
So your story includes overcoming significant personal and professional obstacles as well. I mean, what advice would you give to others facing similar challenges?
I would say, look into your hurdles, look into your situation. If you think there's possibility, I think we are all human beings. We have strength in our bone. We are very strong. So try to overcome the difficulty. You always can see the light. You always can achieve your good future.
So how has your experience as an immigrant, how has it shaped your perspective on life and success?
I know, immigrants, we have a different race, different language. However, we have our own specialty, our own equity, our own intelligence. So that's why we can give different contribution to America. So don't just say we're immigrants. We're great immigrants. We can do whatever we think. We can do something to achieve our dream. You see a lot of immigrants hardworking. We are hardworking. We have our intelligence. Only we disadvantage is language and culture, but we can overcome for that.
Yeah.
So so I think immigrants don't give up. We're good. We're intelligent. We have that's why I would say we have our own equity.
That's
different
right.
equity.
You do. And you come to the land of the free, and you come to the land where of all hope and hard work and all the rest of it, still gives you a chance at the American dream. Now, this particular story from your book, Dreams Across Continents by Dr. Judy Gao. Lauren Lee, who's a writer, she gives you 5 stars. She says, this story is an important one for people to read. It shows one woman overcoming a variety of hardships and her unique perspective on her role as an immigrant woman, as a wife, as a mother, and a medical professional. She highly recommends the book. There's another one for you. I mean, so many critiques. It's marvelous. What do you hope, Dr. Gao, that readers will take away from this memoir?
I would think they were, number one, if they're interested in the different cultural stories, that would be interesting to read other cultural stories. So you're not granted, you're American. Number two, I think, is how do you overcome a difficulty, never give up, and just hope, then you can be success.
Yeah, never give up. Focus on the dream. Keep your eyes on the goal. And all that's left then is whatever it takes. And if you're prepared to whatever it takes, you got a pretty good chance of making it and surviving and doing everything else. Can you share any upcoming projects or plans that you may have following the release of Dreams Across the Continents?
That's so sweet to asking. I'm always thinking and always taste my life. So I have a lot of coming book ideas in my mind, such as online shopping moment, like Amazon. My daughter called me Amazon holic.
An Amazon alcoholic. Amazon holic. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Then I also think about the book, in American so different. So how do your life with Uncle Sam and your life with the rule of the laws and the life with the travel. A lot of thinking, my life is, I just want to write everything down and to educate the people, let the people to learn from those.
Well, maybe a nice idea for you for a book is, how do I explain this? I'm trying to say through the eyes of a Chinese doctor,
okay,
into like cultural exchange, how you may say it, how I would say it, but what it means at the heart, I mean, I don't know. I mean, your mum had Parkinson's, and that's what sort of springs that one for me. The book the book is titled Dreams Across Continents. Where can one buy it? Or 4 or 10 or 100?
Yes, there's a format for hard copy and Kindles, and audio format is also coming. And also, I have my own website called.
So an audio book is coming. An audio book is coming. That's not in Chinese, is it?
Oh, Chinese is also preparing now.
So it'll be in Chinese as well as English. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Did you record it in English or did you get somebody else?
Somebody else. They said it's going to be U.S. Female. And very good narrative. Okay. Yeah.
Sure. And a hard copy. And is it also in a soft copy as well? Is it in a paperback?
Soft copy, hard copy.
Paperback as well. All right. Now I gather it's on Amazon, yes?
Yeah, Amazon. Yeah. Also my website called drjudygao.com.
Just a minute. Dr. Judy Gao, and that is G-A-O, everybody.
G-A-O, yes.
Right.
Yeah, because I have a couple other books in there. I have one book for pre-diabetes, one book for the heartburn.
All right. I'll look at that for the diabetes thing. Dr. Judy Gao, www.drjudygao.com. You can buy this particular book. I gather, I should have asked you first, but can you buy it directly online from your...
Yes.
You can. Okay.
Yes.
That's a good thing. People like to do that. And do you nicely sign inside every cover? If somebody buys one and you mail it to them.
Yeah, I didn't do the book signing yet, but it's under the preparation, on the schedule.
Okay, it's under prep too. No, I was just thinking, if somebody orders a book from your home site, from your home website, and you mail it to them, it's lovely just to, do a little note inside the front cover to thank them. That's
a good idea. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm full of good ideas, but that is a special thing because I'll treasure that then. You see,
right? My patient has a privilege because I ordered some books in my clinic.
Right.
So that when the patient come in, I signed, then I gave to them.
Oh, lovely.
So
that would uplift them. Yeah. Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, I've got you up on my site, markbishopmedia.com, on the third tab of shows. You go down to Nothing Like a Good Book. You've got a lovely photograph there of Dr. Gao, and there's also a nice bio about her and about, well, let me tell you this, folks. Why should you read this book, right? Why should you read it? Well, let me ask you this. If you enjoy stories of personal growth, cultural experiences, and achieving the impossible, dreams across continents will definitely leave you inspired. I mean, Dr. Judy Gao's memoir, it's not just a story of overcoming adversity. It's a celebration of the human spirit and the relentless pursuit of dreams and availability and dreams across continents now at major bookstores, online retailers, Amazon. Let's hope it's a big seller for you and you do well. And thank you for all your study and your effort and helping us sick people here in the US of A, Dr. Gao. And I wish you all the best in the world with this book, okay?
Thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate all the comments you made.
You're most welcome. I enjoyed interviewing you, and I think the book will be a winner. And good luck when you launch. It'll be pretty soon. And as I said, people, you can read it right here on markbishopmedia.com under Nothing Like a Good Book, Dr. Judy Gao. Okay? And
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Thanks, Doc. Well, good luck. Have a great year, okay?
Thank you, and the best greeting, and God bless for your audience.
Thank you. Pass it on to your audience. Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye.